Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Uh, Welcome everyone for Bhagavatam class. I'm Advaita Pran from ISKCON Newtown. We're going to start Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 14, Brahma's prayers to Lord Krishna. So today we'll start from verse number 6. Yesterday we completed from the last 5th verse. So at present we'll recite Mangalacharan, then we'll start our class. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Avadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nastiki Mukam Karti Vachalam Pungum Langhaite Grim Yatkripatamaham Bande Shri Guru Niratarinam Paramanam Madhavam Chaitanya Ishtaram Namayam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatveshatarini Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakticharu Swamini Namine Samita Cheto Supranita Charasa Putam Prabhupadagata Prananami Bhakticharupadam Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Loknath Swamini Namine Upam Karti Vachalam Kundum Langaiti Grindat Kripatam Humandu Sindhurutanam Paramananda Madhavam Chaitanya Isharam Intasat. Hare Krishna. So I'm sharing my screen. See Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 14th chapter, verse number 6. Tathapi bhuman mahi ma gunashyate vidodhum arhati amalantar atmabhi abhikriyat swanubhavat arupato hai ananya bodhayatma atma tayana sanchan yatha tathapi bhuman mahima gunashyate विबोद्धुम अर्हति अमलंतर आत्मभि अभिक्रियात् स्वानुभवत् अरूपतो अयनन्या बोधयात् मतयानाचं यथा. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Non-devotees, however, cannot realize you in your full personal feature. Nevertheless, it may be possible for them to realize your expansion as the impersonal supreme by cultivating direct perception of the self within the heart. But they can do this only by purifying their mind and senses of all conceptions of material distinctions and all attachment to material sense objects. Only in this way will your impersonal feature manifest itself to them. Purport. It is difficult for conditioned souls to understand all the transcendental features of the Supreme Lord, as confirmed in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.11, Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan Iti Savdate. The transcendental existence of God is understood progressively as the impersonal effulgence, the localized super soul in one's heart, and finally the supreme personality of Godhead existing in his eternal abode. Lord Krishna's transcendental existence is beyond the qualities of material nature. Thus here the Lord is referred to as Agunasya, without material qualities. Even by practicing yoga or engaging in advanced philosophical speculation, one will find it very difficult to understand clearly the transcendental existence beyond the modes of material nature. And these processes are virtually useless for understanding the Lord's own unlimited transcendental qualities, which are far beyond the impersonal conception of spiritual existence. Only by the mercy of the pure devotees of the Lord, or by associating with the Lord himself, can one begin the process of realizing the personal feature of God, process that culminates in pure Krishna consciousness, the final and supreme perfection of knowledge. Text 7, who wants to recite this verse? Apurva Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, just you recite the Sanskrit verse, then I will recite the
Sorry?
translation. You recite the this Sanskrit verses, I will
Okay,
read them.
okay, okay. I'm reciting. गुणात्मनस्ते अपि गुणान् विमातुम् इतावतीरणस्याका क्षीरे अस्या आलेन यैर्वा विमितासु कल्पैरुपं सावाखे मिहिकातु भाषा. Please translate.
Okay, translation. In times, learned philosophers or scientists might be able to count all the atoms of the earth, the particles of the snow, or perhaps even the shining molecules radiating from the sun, the stars, and the luminaries. But among these learned men, who could possibly count the unlimited transcendental qualities possessed by you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who have descended onto the surface of the earth for the benefit of all living entities? Purports. Srila Sanatan Goswami explains that Lord Krishna in Gunatma,
Atma.
the,
Yes.
the soul of all superior qualities, because he gives them life. For example, one may discuss in the abstract way such qualities as generosity, intelligence, and mercy. But they come to life only when a living person exhibits them. Thus, Lord Krishna is Gunatma because he descends to the material world and reestablishes the religious principle by exhibiting all godly qualities himself and inspiring them in others. A living entity who develops the transcendental qualities found in the Lord receives the immeasurable benefits and eventually goes with the Lord back to his own abode, where all living beings are liberated and fully endowed with the transcendental nature. Srila Sanatan Goswami further explains that that the Lord manifests a specific spiritual quality for the benefit of living entities, since these innumerable living entities within the confines of the material creation, the Lord manifests infinite qualities. Thus, every conditioned soul could appreciate the Supreme Lord in a particular way. The example is given here, that is, if the most learned scholars could someday count the particles of each earth, snow, and light, they would fail to understand the qualities of the Lord. In this example, earth, snow, lights are progressively more subtle. Thus, it should be it to be understood that there is an increasing difficulty in counting their virtually infinite particles. According to Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, great personality of Lord Sanskaran, actually have counted the number of atoms on the earth, even the molecules in the entire universe. Yet even the personality as Sanskarana, who has been continuously chanting the glories of the Lord since time immemorial, has not even been approached a final count of those glories. Lord Krishna exhibits its astonishing qualities during his childhood pastime in Vrindavan, where he steals butter from cowherd ladies, dance with his girlfriends, and play with his cowherd boyfriends as the most dear companion. Although appearing like ordinary human qualities, such submaline pastime embodied Lord Krishna immeasurable and innumerable beautiful transcendental qualities, which are the life and the soul of pure devotees.
Thank you.
Thank
Slok number 8. तत्ते अनुकंपां सुसमीक्षमानो पुञ्जान एवत्मा कृतं विपाकाम् इद्भग बपुर्भिर्विदा विदाधन् नमस्ते जीवेताय मुक्तिपदे सदाय भाक्. Wants to translate and read the purport? Pravir Prabhu, Pravir Muni, you want to read this translation and purport? Hare Krishna. Okay. Monalisha Mataji, you want to read the translation and purport? Please unmute yourself. Yes.
আমি তো বুঝতে পারছি না, আমি তাও শুনছি।
আপনি বুঝতে পারছেন না? তাহলে
হ্যাঁ।
ছেড়ে দাও, আমি পড়ছি, ঠিক আছে? শুনুন। My dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and offering you respectful obeisances with his heart, words, and body, is surely eligible for liberation, for it has become his rightful claim. Purport Sridhar Swami explains in his commentary that just as a legitimate son has to simply remain alive to gain an inheritance from his father, one who simply remains alive in Krishna consciousness following the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga automatically becomes eligible to receive the mercy of the personality of Godhead. In other words, he will be promoted to the kingdom of God. The word Susamikshamana indicates that a devotee earnestly awaits the mercy of the Supreme Lord, even while suffering the painful effects of previous sinful activities. Lord Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita that a devotee who fully surrenders unto him is no longer liable to suffer the reactions of his previous karma. However, because in his mind a devotee may still maintain the remnants of his previous sinful mentality, the Lord removes the last vestiges of the enjoying spirit by giving his devotee punishments that may sometimes resemble sinful reactions. The purpose of the entire creation of God is to rectify the living entity's tendency to enjoy without the Lord. And therefore, the particular punishment given for a sinful activity is specifically designed to curtail the mentality that produced the activity. Although devotee has surrendered to the Lord's devotional service until he is completely perfect in Krishna consciousness, he may maintain a slight inclination to enjoy the false happiness of this world. Lord therefore creates a particular situation to eradicate this remaining enjoying spirit. This unhappiness suffered by a sincere devotee is not technically a karmic reaction. It is rather the Lord's special mercy for inducing this devotee to completely let go of the material world and return home back to Godhead. A sincere devotee earnestly desired to back to the world Lord's abode. Therefore, he willingly accepts the Lord's merciful punishment and continues offering respects and obeisances to the Lord with his heart, words, and body. Such a bona fide servant of the Lord, considering all hardship a small price to pay for gaining the personal association of the Lord, certainly becomes a legitimate son of God, as indicated here by the words Dai Bhag. Just as one cannot approach the sun without becoming fire, one cannot approach the Supreme Pure Lord Krishna without undergoing a rigid purificatory process, which may appear like suffering, but which is in fact a curative treatment administered by the personal head of the Lord. Slok 9. पश्येषामे नारायम अनंत आदे पारात्मनि तवया अपि माहि माहिनी मायाम्बितात्यक शितुम आत्मा वैभावम है अहम कियान अच्छम विवर्चिर अग्नौ. मनोहरिणी चित्र देवीदासी is read translation of purport.
Hare Krishna. Translation. My Lord, just see my uncivilized impudence. To taste your power, I tried to extend my illusory potency to cover you. The unlimited and primeval super soul who bewilder even the masters of illusion. What am I compared to you? I am just like a small spark in the presence of a great fire. Purport. A great fire produces many sparks. which are insignificant in comparison to it. Indeed, if one of the small sparks were to try to burn the original fire, the attempt would be simply
Ludicrous.
okay. Similarly, even the
Ludicrous with the legal. Yes.
Similarly, even the creator of the entire universe, Lord Brahma, is an insignificant spark of the potency of God, and therefore Brahma's attempt to bewilder the Supreme Lord was certainly
Ludicrous.
ridiculous. Brahma here addresses Lord Krishna as Isha, which indicates that Krishna is not only the supreme master of everyone but is also specifically the master of Brahma, who creates the universe directly under the guidance of the Lord and who indeed is born directly from the Lord's own body. Brahma felt ashamed of his impudent, impudent attempt at deluding Lord Krishna, and he was therefore perfectly willing to be punished or forgiven by the Lord. According to his decision, if Lord Krishna does not mercifully punish his devotees when they act improperly, their foolishness will simply increase and gradually completely overwhelm their
Overwhelm
devotional.
their devotional sentiments.
Therefore, Lord Krishna kindly disciplines his devotees and maintains them on the progressive path back home, back to Godhead.
Thank you. Text 10. अथा क्षमा स्वाच्युता मे राजभुवो भय अजानतस्त्वत् पृथग्धीशमानिना आजावलेपनाधातमो अन्धा चक्षुषा येषो अनुकम्पायो मायि अथावन् इति. Translation and purport. Therefore, O infallible Lord, kindly excuse my offenses. I have taken birth in a mode of passion and am therefore simply foolish, presuming myself a controller independent of your lordship. My eyes are blinded by the darkness of ignorance, which causes me to think of myself as the unborn creator of the universe. But please consider that I am your servant and therefore worthy of your compassion. Purport. In his commentary, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that Brahma wanted to present the following argument to the Lord. My dear Lord, because I have acted so badly, I certainly deserve to be punished. On the other hand, because I am so ignorant, you should consider me an innocent fool and be merciful to me. Thus, although I deserve both punishment and forgiveness, I humbly beg you to exercise tolerance in this matter and simply forgive me and show me your mercy. The words Nathavan iti indicate that Lord Brahma wanted to humbly remind Lord Krishna that he was, after all, Brahma's father and master and should therefore forgive the unfortunate transgressions of his humble servant. Every conditioned soul, whether he be Lord Brahma or an insignificant ant, falsely identifies himself with the material world and in this way forgets his eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Brahma, because of his prestigious position as the cosmic creator, also tends to identify himself as the Lord of this world, and thus he sometimes forgets his position as an insignificant servant of the Supreme Lord. Now, by the Lord Krishna's mercy, this false identification is being rectified, and Lord Brahma is remembering his constitutional position as the eternal servant of God. Verse 11. का अहम तमो महद अहम का चराग्निवर्भु संविस्ति तंडा घात सप्ता वितास्तिकाया के दृग्विदावी गणी तंडा परणौचर्या वातध्वरोमा विवरस्य चैते महित्वम. प्रभु You want to recite translation and purport? You can unmute yourself. Okay. Akanksha Mataji, please read this translation and purport.
What am I, a small creature, measuring 7 spans of my own hand? I am enclosed in a pot-like universe composed of material nature. The total material energy, false ego, ether, air, water, and earth. And what is your glory? Unlimited universes passes through the pores of your body just as particles of dust pass through the openings of a screen window.
Please read purport.
In the sir,
Chaitanya Charitamrita.
okay, chapter 5, text 72, Srila Prabhupada gives the following purport for this verse. Then Lord Brahma, after having stolen all Krishna's calves and cowherd boys, returned and saw that the calves and boys were still roaming with Krishna. He offered this prayer in his defeat. A conditioned soul, even one so great as Brahma, who manages the affairs of the entire universe, cannot compare to the personality of Godhead, for he can produce numberless universes simply by the spiritual rays emanating from the pores of his body. Material scientists should take lessons from the utterances of Sri Brahma regarding our insignificances in comparison with God. In these prayers of Brahma, there is much to learn for those who are falsely puffed up by the accumulation of power. In Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, chapter 14, Prabhu,
Srila
Prabhupada,
Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada.
Sri Prabhupada further comments on this verse. Lord Brahma realized his actual position. He is certainly the supreme teacher of this universe, in charge of the production of material nature, consisting of the complete material energy, false ego, sky, air, fire, water, and earth. Such a universe may be gigantic, but it can be measured just as we measure our body as 7 spans. Generally, everyone's personal bodily measurement is calculated to be 7 spans of his hand. This particular universe may appear to be very gigantic body, but it is nothing but the measurement of 7 spans for Lord Brahma. Aside from this universe, there are unlimited other universes outside the jurisdiction of this particular Lord Brahma, just as innumerable atomic infinitesimal fragments pass through the
Finitesimal.
whole. Sorry. Infinitesimal fragments pass through the holes of a screen window, so millions and trillions of universes in their seedling form are coming out from the bodily pores of Mahavishnu, and the Mahavishnu is but a part of the planetary expansion of Krishna. Under these circumstances, although Lord Brahma is the supreme creature within this universe, what is his importance in the presence of Lord Krishna?
Thank you. Text 12. Utkeshapamam Utkesha Utkeshapanam Garvagatasya Padayo Kim Kalpate Matur Adu Shajagashe Kim Astinasti Vyapadesha Bhusitam Tavasti Kukshe Kiyad Api Ananta. Translation, O Lord, Adukshaja, does a mother take offense when the child within her womb kicks with his legs? And is there anything is in existence whether designated by various philosophers as real or as unreal, that is actually outside your abdomen. Purport. Srila Prabhupada comments as follows on this verse in Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, chapter 14, Lord Brahma therefore compared himself to a little child within the womb of his mother. If the child within the womb plays with his hands and legs, and while playing touches the body of the mother, is the mother offended with the child? Of course, she is not. Is not. Similarly, Lord Brahma may be a very great personality, and yet not only Brahma, but everything that is existing within the womb of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord's energy is all pervading. There is no place in the creation where it is not acting. Since everything is existing within the energy of the Lord, the Brahma of this universe, and the Brahmas of the many other millions and trillions of universes are existing within the energy of the Lord. Therefore, the Lord is considered to be the mother, and everything existing within the womb of the mother is considered to be the child. And the good mother is never offended with the child, even if it touches the body of the mother by kicking his legs. Verse 13. Jagatrayanto dadhi samplabode Narayana Shuddhadara Navi Nalat Vinirgato Ajas Tav iti Vanna Vai Brisha Kinto Isvara Tvanna Vinirgato Asmi. Apurva Mataji, please read translation purport.
Translation. O my dear Lord, it is said that when three planetary systems are merged into the water at the time of dissolution, your planetary position Narayana lies down on the water. Gradually, a lotus flower grows from his navel, and the Brahma takes birth upon that lotus flower. Certainly, these words are not false. Thus, I am not born from you. Purport. Although every living being is a child of a god, Lord Brahma makes a special claim because he takes birth on a lotus flower that emanates from the navel of Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ultimately, all living beings are equally expansion of the transcendental body by Supreme Lord, but Brahma has intimate relation with the Lord because all the activities of the universal creation, and so he uses the prefix vi in the word of Vignarata to beg
Nirgata.
the Lord's special mercy. Lord Brahma is called Aja because he is not born away from any mothers but rather emanates directly from the body of the Lord. As Srila Prabhupada states, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it is naturally concluded that the mother of Brahma is Narayana. On these grounds, Lord Brahma is requesting special forgiveness for his offense.
Okay, thank you. So today we'll stop here. So tomorrow we'll continue from verse number 14. So यहाँ पर हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि भगवान श्री कृष्ण जो है वो ब्रह्मा का भी, जो ब्रह्मा है ये हमारे मेटेरियल वर्ल्ड के सृष्टि करता है। ठीक है, ब्रह्मा जो है भगवान से उत्पत्ति होते हैं। भगवान यहाँ पर उनका फादर भी है और मदर भी है, क्योंकि जैसे नॉर्मली मेटेरियल में हम लोग देखते हैं कि मेल फीमेल के यूनियन से एक चाइल्ड होते हैं, बट यहाँ पर लक्ष्मी जी का सहायता भगवान को नहीं नहीं लगा ब्रह्मा जी को क्रिएट करने के लिए, क्योंकि ब्रह्मा जी का जो नेवल है, ब्रह्मा जी के नेवल से एक लोटस क्रिएट हुआ और वहां पर ब्रह्मा जी का सृष्टि हुआ। तो वही ब्रह्मा जी भगवान का परीक्षा लेने के लिए क्या किया, जब वो देखे कि वृंदावन में भगवान श्री कृष्ण जो है एक छोटा सा बालक जो अपने है ना अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ खेल रहे हैं और क्या कर रहे हैं, उनके एक साथ जो प्रसाद है, खाना है, वो खा रहे हैं एक साथ। जो वो बालक है उनके मुंह से लेके कृष्ण से मुंह से निकाल के वो लोग खा रहे हैं, और कृष्ण क्या कर रहे हैं, वो बालक से मुंह के निकाल के खा रहे हैं। तो इससे पहले जो गोवर्धन लीला हुआ था, हम लोग जानते हैं कि गिरी गोवर्धन का जो लीला वो हुआ था, उसमें ब्रह्मा जी को मालूम पड़ा कि उनका जो प्रभु है वो वृंदावन में है, तो लेकिन उनको आश्चर्य लगा कि ये कैसे भगवान हो सकते हैं, ये छोटा सा बालक जो सबका रिमेनेंट्स ले रहा है मुंह से, ये कैसे भगवान हो सकता है। तो उन्होंने क्या किया, अपना जो शक्ति है वो शक्ति से भगवान का लेने परीक्षा लेना चाहा, है ना। और परीक्षा लेने के लिए क्या किया, भगवान के जितने गोप सखा था, है ना, और गोप सखा जितने ग्वाल, जितने कब्स था, बछड़ा, वो बछड़ा जो था, सबको उनके शक्ति से सबको लेके चला गया और सबको सुला दिया, है ना, ब्रह्मलोक में सबको सुला दिया। अभी भगवान श्री कृष्ण को पता चला कि ब्रह्मा ने ऐसा ऐसा कार्य किया। भगवान तो परमेश्वर है ना, जोगेश्वर है। तो भगवान ने क्या किया, खुद से खुद से सारे गोपालक को प्रकट किया। वो गोपालक, भगवान खुद गोपालक हो गए, और जितने भी बछड़े थे, वो बछड़े थे, वो सब बन गए भगवान। तो ब्रह्मा जी फिर से जब देख के आने लगा, मतलब देखने लगा, आके देखने लगा, फिर देखा क्या कि कृष्ण सारे गोपालक तो है, ऑलरेडी है, गोपालक भी है और बछड़ा भी है। तो ब्रह्मा जी आश्चर्य हो गए कि ये कैसे हो सकता है। तो भगवान का जो माया शक्ति है, भगवान का माया शक्ति इतना पावरफुल है, भगवान माया से विमोहित नहीं होते, लेकिन हम लोग हो सकते हैं, क्योंकि भगवान मायाधीश है, ठीक है, वो माया के अधिपति है। बट हम लोग क्या है कि आ, हम लोग माया के हम लोग माया के अंतर्गत है, ठीक है। तो बेसिकली जब ब्रह्मा देखा कि भगवान, मेरे से तो बहुत बड़ा गलती हो गया, मैं खुद अपना माया भगवान के ऊपर चला दिया, उनके गो बालक को और बछड़े को चुरा लिया, ये तो बहुत बड़ा अपराध हो गया। तो फिर भगवान ब्रह्मा जी मन ही मन में बहुत यू नो बहुत एक गलत भावना अपने वो सोचने लगा, अपने खुद के बारे में कि ये मैंने क्या कर दिया, है ना, ये करना नहीं चाहिए था मेरे को, ठीक है। तो फिर उसने क्या किया, वो भगवान के पास आके वो स्तुति करने लगा भगवान से, ठीक है, कि मैंने, जो हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं अभी इंग्लिश में, ठीक है, तो मैंने थोड़ा सा इसका एक्सप्लेन कर दिया, ठीक है। तो बाकी अगर किसी को कुछ प्रश्न हो तो आप लोग व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में पर्सनली क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं अगर इसके रिगार्डिंग। और अगर कोई पढ़ना चाहते हैं कि मैं और भी इसके बारे में जानना चाहता हूँ, तो यहाँ पर वेदावेस हम लोगों का एक लिंक है, HTML लिंक, वेदावेस, वहाँ पर जो हम लोग का भागवतम 10th कैंट 14 चैप्टर, यहाँ से आप लोग ऑनलाइन पढ़ सकते हैं। और बुक्स भी ऑलरेडी हम लोग के पास अवेलेबल है, इसको न्यूटाउन में आपको हार्ड कॉपी भी मिल जाएगा। अगर सॉफ्ट कॉपी सब लोग पढ़ना चाहते हैं तो आप वेदावेस से पढ़ सकते हैं। यहाँ पर एक बुक है कृष्ण लीला, कृष्ण द सुप्रीम पर्सनैलिटी ऑफ गॉडेड, उसमें भी ये जो 10वां जो स्कंद है, उसमें 14 चैप्टर जो है, उसका पूरा डिटेल्स, ब्रह्मा का जो स्तव है वो सुप्रीम पर्सनैलिटी गॉडेड कृष्ण में भी पूरा दिया हुआ है, और श्रीमद् भागवतम में तो दिया ही हुआ है। तो उसमें आप लोग पढ़ सकते हैं इंग्लिश में। और अगर किसी को हिंदी या बंगाली का अगर चाहिए, बंगाली लैंग्वेज का, तो मैं प्रोवाइड कर सकता हूँ, मेरे को आप मैसेज कीजिएगा, मैं दे दूंगा, ठीक है। और किसी को अगर कुछ प्रश्न हो तो पूछ सकते हैं, ठीक है। बेसिकली हम लोग ये रेगुलर, क्योंकि ये बहुत ऑस्पिशियस मंथ है, मंथ ऑफ पुरुषोत्तम, ये 3 साल में एक बार आते हैं, ठीक है। तो ये महीना में हम लोगों को मंदिर आना चाहिए, भगवान का दर्शन करना चाहिए, डेली इवनिंग को भगवान को दिया दिखाना चाहिए, है ना। जुगल अष्टकम, चौराग्याकृष अष्टकम, है ना, ऐसे बहुत सारा भजन है, आपको यूट्यूब में मिल जाएगा। चौराष्टकम, जुगल अष्टकम, ये जुगल अष्टकम गाना चाहिए भजन भगवान के सामने, है ना। एटलीस्ट अगर नहीं गा पाए तो एटलीस्ट मोबाइल में चला सकते हैं, और चलाते हुए हम लोग भगवान को दिया दिखा सकते हैं। ये महीना भगवान का नाम जाप ज्यादा से ज्यादा, ठीक है, 25 राउंड, 16 राउंड, 8 राउंड, है ना, 32 राउंड, ज्यादा से ज्यादा हम लोग को चैंटिंग करना चाहिए, भगवान का नाम संकीर्तन करना चाहिए। और सबसे बड़ा बात बात क्या, भगवत गीता का जो 15th चैप्टर है, पुरुषोत्तम योग, भगवत गीता एज इट इज अगर आप सबके पास, आई होप सबके पास होगा, तो वो 15 चैप्टर पुरुषोत्तम योग पढ़िएगा। और हम लोग रेगुलर ये 10th कैंटो का जो 14th चैप्टर है ये पढ़ रहे हैं, बिकॉज ऑफ पुरुषोत्तम मंथ। ठीक है, ये पुरुषोत्तम मंथ में ये कैंटो पढ़ना चाहिए एक्चुअली, इसलिए हम लोग ये स्टार्ट किए। पहले तो मैं भागवत गीता भागवतम का क्लास किया हूँ। ठीक है, अपूर्वा माता जी बहुत पहले से हम लोगों से जुड़े हुए हैं। ठीक है, भगवत गीता का जो पूरा जो एपिसोड्स है आपको यूट्यूब मेरे चैनल में मिल जाएगा, अद्वैत प्राण दास। वहाँ पर अप्रोक्सीमेटली 90 से ऊपर जो क्लासेस है वो हिंदी में हम लोग भगवत गीता एज इट इज कंप्लीट किए, तो उसका लिंक आपको प्लेलिस्ट में मिल जाएगा मेरे चैनल में। और अभी हम लोग ये कंटिन्यूअसली रीड करेंगे भागवतम का 10th कैंटो 14th चैप्टर ब्रह्मा प्रेयर्स टू लॉर्ड कृष्णा। एंड आफ्टर दैट वी सी कि हम लोग भागवतम का भी हम लोग इंग्लिश पढ़ रहे थे, आई होप 3rd या 4th कैंटो। तो फिर वहां से इसके बाद हम लोग वहां से स्टार्ट करेंगे इंग्लिश में। और रात को हम लोगों का जो क्लासेस होता है वो बंगाली में होता है, मतलब होता था पहले चैतन्य चरितमृत। तो मैं कोशिश करता हूँ आज रात से ही वो बंगाली क्लास शुरू करने के लिए। मोनालिसा माता जी আপনি বলছিলেন বুঝতে পারছেন না, তো আপনি
হ্যাঁ,
রাত্রবেলায় জয়েন করবেন, ঠিক আছে, 9টা থেকে
ঠিক
9:30।
আছে। হ্যাঁ,
ओके। तो
হ্যাঁ,
और कोई भी अगर ये क्लास में जुड़ना चाहते हैं तो हम लोगों का व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप भी है, तो वहां से भी जुड़ सकते हैं। उसका लिंक मैं हम लोगों का जो रिकॉर्डिंग क्लास है उसके नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिल जाएगा। नहीं तो अगर किसी को वो लिंक चाहिए तो मैं फॉरवर्ड कर सकता हूँ। आपके जो रिलेटिव्स या फ्रेंड्स या कोई भी है ना, अगर जुड़ना चाहे तो वहां से जुड़ सकते हैं। हम लोग डेली डेली दर्शन में हम लोग भगवान का जो दर्शन है, हम लोग का मंदिर में डेली भागवतम क्लास होता है, उसका लिंक शेयर करते हैं। फिर डेली दर्शन भेजते हैं। हम लोग का कोई भी अपडेट्स जैसे प्रोग्राम रिलेटेड, कोई भी राधाष्टमी जन्माष्टमी, एवरी प्रोग्राम रिलेटेड लोग पोस्ट करते हैं। फिर हम लोग का कोई भी ओके फेस्टिवल जब होता है उसके बारे में हम लोग अपडेट्स देते हैं। इस तरह से हम लोग का जो क्लासेस है इसके बारे में भी हम लोग चर्चा करते हैं। तो कोई अगर इसको न्यूटाउन से जुड़ना चाहते हैं ये क्लासेस के लिए, और कोई अगर हाउस प्रोग्राम भी करवाना चाहते हैं घर में, किसी का उपनयन हो गया या कोई भी हाउस कोई एनिवर्सरी या किसी का डेथ एनिवर्सरी अगर हो गया किसी का, तो कीर्तन के लिए कथा के लिए हम लोग घर में भी जाके करते हैं। प्रसादम भी हम लोग डिलीवरी करते हैं। ठीक है, प्रसादम भी हम लोग के लेके जाते हैं। अगर आप लोग कोई भी करवाना चाहते हैं तो कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं। और अभी हम लोग ये कंटिन्यूअसली पाठ करेंगे। आज के लिए हम लोग यहीं पर विराम देते हैं। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे
हरे राम,
राम
हरे
राम
राम,
राम
राम
हरे हरे।
राम, हरे हरे।
गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, पद पावन सद्गुरु महाराज की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गोस्तानक प्रणाम, हरि बोल।